It's Friday, August 21st. In the headlines, Jamaica and the United States strengthen military cooperation with a new agreement. In business news, updates from corporate Jamaica. Regionally, CXC's new Modular mathematics certification delivers 88% pass rate. And in sports, Guyana Amazon Warriors move to the top of CPL points table. This is the weekend news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Jamaica and the United States have strengthened military cooperation with the signing of a Status of Forces agreement governing the temporary deployment of military personnel in both countries. The agreement provides a framework for mutually agreed military training, joint operations, and disaster response, and it comes amid increased regional efforts to combat organized crime, drug trafficking, and other security threats. The signing follows a meeting between United States Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and Jamaica's Deputy Prime Minister and National Security and Peace Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, at the America's Counter-Cartel Coalition Forum in Panama on August 12. They say the new agreement provides a modern and predictable framework for expanding that cooperation and will strengthen efforts against the trafficking of guns, drugs, and people. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is conducting the Jamaica Health and Lifestyle Survey to assess the health status of the population and gather data to guide national health policy. The survey is conducted every 2 years and determines, among other things, the burden of non-communicable diseases. Dr. Shelley McFarlane, senior lecturer at the University of the West Indies, is a principal investigator of the Jamaica Health and Lifestyle Survey.
So when persons participate in this survey, we'll be doing things that we're doing an interview with them, a standard interview to talk about their lifestyle, what they eat, what they drink, how much salt they might use on the table. But basically, we look at religion because we're looking at social factors also, and physical activity.
The survey also looks at biological measures.
We're doing finger prick, we're doing your sugar, we're doing your height, your weight, and these things are used to develop. The results of these will give you how much diabetes is present. When we do your blood pressure, we'll know in a Jamaican population how much high blood pressure there exists. When we're doing your height and weight, we're trying to look at what we call your body mass index, which tells you how fat the population is and, what kind of measures we need to put in place.
She says for this round, they are also doing blood samples.
From the blood samples, the results will help to guide decisions about chronic kidney disease. But that's one of the things that we're looking at. And of course, a lot of persons now are getting dialysis. So we need to know because chronic kidney disease is also on the rise. So those are some of the things. Taking blood, we're taking urine samples, finger prick, and we're doing an interview. So that's what they should expect.
Mm-hmm. Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, well, thanks. And you?
I am good, thank you.
Good afternoon, Dr.
I am Peter Gay Jackson with the Jamaica Health and Lifestyle Survey Team 4.
And I'm Shelley Ann McDonald, also with the Jamaica Health and Lifestyle Survey. We're both data collectors.
What is this health and lifestyle about?
So your household has been selected to be a part of our survey. So may we have a moment with you?
All right, no problem.
The interviewers that we have are trained and they've signed a confidentiality clause. So any information that persons give us is confidential. It's entered on tablets, and the only time you see the person's name is basically when they sign the consent form, and then everything is by an ID number. So totally confidential, encrypted data.
Dr. McFarlane says this is the fourth version of the survey. While NCDs form the core focus, the survey also covers infectious diseases, including COVID-19, HIV and sexually related conditions, as well as mental health, violence and injuries, and broader social factors influencing health.
And this is going to help Jamaicans in the long run. If you see that one of the things that came out of one of the first surveys was the National Health Fund. And that was one of the major things where we got subsidies. We realized that Jamaicans weren't able to afford their medication. And so we got the subsidies were instituted.
How important is it to you to use a healthier salt alternative? Not important, slightly important, moderately important, important, very important, or I don't use salt?
What is a healthier option? Because, we have salt and we have pink salt. Is there any more?
A healthier salt would include one with lower sodium or one with potassium in there, because we know that too much sodium in our bodies would cause or help to contribute to high blood pressure. So we always try to encourage persons to consume salts with lower sodium or greater potassium. So those would be the healthier salts.
I understand.
Yes. Okay. All right, so final question for this section, anxiety or depression. I am not anxious or depressed. I am slightly anxious or depressed. I am moderately anxious or depressed. I am severely anxious or depressed. I am extremely anxious or depressed.
When you visit the health center, what kind of facilities will be there? Will I be able to do my sugar? Is it going to be important? Will I have blood pressure measures? How often should I do these checks? So it's going to get information to the public and also put in measures in the health system to improve health system structures.
PBCJ's Marlon Samuels and Denise Williams have been recognized as special mention winners at the 37th Caribbean Broadcasting Union Media Awards in Georgetown, Guyana. The awards ceremony, held on Wednesday at the Hyatt, saw 92 winners announced across 56 categories, with the media professionals from 13 countries and territories in the English, French, and Spanish Caribbean. Jamaica secured 14 awards and 4 special mentions, with the RGR Gleaner Communications Group emerging as the island's top-performing media house, with 13 awards and 2 special mentions. The University of the West Indies, Mona, also made history, securing its first ever CBU Media Award in one of the newly introduced student categories. Barbados topped the overall standings for the first time in the modern era of the CBU Awards, with 15 awards and 8 special mentions. This year's competition also introduced new categories for Best News Photograph and Best Sports Photograph, along with 5 categories dedicated to media and communications students. A healthy lifestyle means different things to different people. For some, it's eating well and staying active, while for others, it's about finding balance and taking care of their mental and emotional well-being. Chanel Matthews hits the streets to hear from Jamaicans. What's your definition of a healthy lifestyle?
I am Chanel Matthews and this is Unfiltered. A healthy lifestyle can be defined in many ways depending on individual values and habits.
Eating healthy.
Right now, I take down the tummy here, so
Always ensure that you have someone to talk to.
You will end up with hypertension.
Praying, meditating.
try to not have a people in your heart.
You just stick to nature.
What's your definition of a healthy lifestyle?
Alright, for me, a healthy lifestyle is not just physical, like exercising and eating healthy food, but mentally you have to take care of yourselves, which includes praying, meditating, taking a break, and all of those things, which is a spiritual aspect of it as well.
My definition of a healthy lifestyle is eating healthy, ensure that you do some form of exercise, and always ensure that you have someone to talk to, because mental health is key at this point in time.
I feel like one, you can't leave out God. Getting up and pray is is one, and ensuring that God guides you through the day. Exercise. Because right now I want to take down the tummy here, so you definitely drink more water, and I just feel like just be more happy, try to not have people in your heart and them looking with it. So I feel like that's my definition of a healthy lifestyle. So yeah.
A healthy lifestyle is when somebody is socially, physically, psychologically, and financially stable.
Keeping your body healthy and mind, so you can prepare a balanced diet.
Reduce your sugar intake, your carbohydrate intake, the intake of sodium, MSG. The salt that we consume, it should also be sea salt other than the other salt. So we have to be careful in what we intake, because a healthy life determine where we'll be in the future.
You have to have good sleep, like 7 to 9 hours sleep every day, or as much as possible. You don't really have to go crazy. Just stick to the proteins. Make sure you're having your vegetables, and make sure you're not eating too much sugar and stuff like that.
Healthy food simple meaning just stick to nature, fruits, vegetable, natural water. Right there, set there.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing you the developments shaping markets, capital access, and business decision making across Jamaica and the region. Let's get into the stories that matter. Income investors are advised by companies listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange that they're preparing to issue dividends. Lumber Depot Limited has advised that a meeting of its board of directors to be held on September 10, 2026. A dividend payment will be considered. Kingston Properties Limited has advised that at a meeting of its board of directors to be held on August 24, 2026, a dividend payment will be considered. Blue Power Group Limited has advised that a meeting of its board of directors to be held on September 10, 2026, an interim dividend payment will be considered. Two listed companies on the Jamaica Stock Exchange advised of recent financial results. Sagicor Group Jamaica is reporting a 44% decline in net profit for the first 6 months of 2026, as the company absorbed higher claims cost linked to Hurricane Melissa and faced challenging market conditions. The financial services group posted net profit of $4.87 billion, a decline of 44.2% over the same period last year. Up next, Omni Industries is reporting strong financial growth for the second quarter of 2026, supported by increased demand for construction and infrastructure-related products and supplies for Hurricane Melissa recovery efforts. The company recorded revenue of $637 million for the quarter ending June 30, representing a 23% increase over the corresponding period last year. Net profit increased by 10% to $56 million. For the trading period of August 20, 2026, the most actively traded securities were West Indies Petroleum Terminal Limited with 320,026,211 units, representing 92.10% of market sales. Dollar Financial Services Limited with 4,753,881 units, representing 1.37% of market sales. Fontana Limited shares with 4,483,716 units, representing 1.29% of market sales. Investor activity remained concentrated in distribution and transportation plays, signaling continued interest in dividend-producing and strategic assets. Turning to the foreign exchange market based on Bank of Jamaica data for August 20, 2026, Forex traders recorded significant activity with strong demand across major currencies. For the US dollar, trading margins reflected steady liquidity, with the US selling at $159.56 and buying at $157.33. For the Canadian dollar, moderate gains supported by $5.41 transaction spreads. The Canadian dollar sold for $116.50 and was bought for $111.09. For the British pound, continued volatility offered short-term trading opportunities of $3.17 in profits for the banks. The British pound sold for $217.53 and was bought for $214.41. These movements underscore the importance of cash flow timing and currency awareness for businesses managing import costs, debt servicing, or overseas exposure. For our credit report tip of the day, the credit score is the symptom. Not surprisingly, cash flow is the problem. When food prices rise faster than salaries, the real issue is shrinking purchasing power. A household may begin charging groceries, utilities, or other necessities simply because the paycheck no longer covers as much as it once did. Over time, that can increase credit card balances, utilization, and debt, and eventually lead to missed payments. But there is a bigger lesson. You cannot build lasting wealth by constantly using debt to compensate for stagnant income. The goal isn't simply to maintain a good credit score. The goal is to build enough income, credit capacity, and assets that your financial position continues to improve even when the cost of living rises. And that's today's business report. I'm Denise Williams. Until next time, stay informed, stay intentional, and keep building forward. See you soon.
The Caribbean Examinations Council has officially launched the Caribbean Educational Certificate, CTEC, following an 88% acceptable grade rate in its pilot mathematics examination. The new modular system breaks the traditional examination into smaller, focused assessments, allowing students to earn certification as they progress, instead of having to pass the entire exam at once. More details in this news report.
The Caribbean Examinations Council released the 2026 results in the regional standardized test on Tuesday in Anguilla, with word on the outcome of the pilot launch of a new certification called the Caribbean Targeted Education Certificate, or CTEC. CTEC breaks math exams into 3 modules. Dr. Wayne Wesley is CXC's registrar. He revealed the CTEC achieved an 88% pass rate. Officials say the old all-or-nothing system left thousands without recognition. CTEC breaks the syllabus into focused modules. Students earn credentials they can bank and build towards a full qualification.
I described CTEC as a game changer, and I promised then that we are witnessing the beginning of the end of the Caribbean Examinations Council as we know it. Today, we keep that promise, and we make history in Anguilla by announcing that the achievement of the highly successful CTEC pilot in mathematics in the May-June 2026 examinations, and with the approval of our board, of Governors, CXC is pleased to officially launch the Caribbean Targeted Education Certificate, CTEC. CTEC takes the subject you know, the same syllabus, the same standard, the same rigorous standard, and breaks them down into focus modules that students can master and be assessed on and be certified for step by step.
Students earn credit for each module they pass and do not have to pass the entire exam at once. Officials say this helps more students succeed.
For CTEC mathematics, we have observed that parents have taken keen interest. Teachers have embraced this modularized examination format. In the May-June session, 2,535 candidates wrote the Module 1 examination alongside those sitting the full CSEC examinations. I am pleased indeed, and I am proud to announce that of these 2,535 candidates who wrote CTEC Module 1 in the mathematics pilot examination, 88% achieve acceptable grades. And across the entire Caribbean, only one candidate received the lowest grade, only one.
More than 69,000 students have now earned Module 1 certification. That includes approximately 35,000 CSEC candidates whose results were mapped to the CTEC framework.
This is a new day for our Caribbean learners on the strength of this CTEC mathematics pilot. The Caribbean Examinations Council is declaring to our students this simple truth: what you know counts. We hear you. We see you. Your learning has been seen, measured, and certified. You are not at the end of the road. You are on your way to the staircase, up the staircase rather. The next step is waiting for you. In the age of artificial intelligence and exploding technological innovation, the Caribbean Targeted Education Certificate, CTEC, is here to encourage you to be a lifelong learner and to think for yourself.
The full CSEC math pass rate also improved. It rose 4 points to 42%. Officials credit the new approach for helping more students succeed. Students who completed the pilot can now access their CTEC credentials on the CXC portal. Gina Felipe, HTS News Force.
The Caribbean Broadcasting Union's 57th Annual General Assembly in Guyana continued Monday with an exhibitor showcase highlighting new technologies and innovations shaping the media industry. Artificial intelligence, climate reporting, and the evolving role of broadcasters were among the key areas of focus as media professionals and industry stakeholders gathered to exchange ideas and explore new opportunities. Here's more in this report.
The Caribbean Broadcasting Union's 57th Annual General Assembly continued in Guyana on Monday with an exhibitors showcase at the Architown Conference Center in Georgetown. The showcase brought together broadcasters, media professionals, industry stakeholders, and exhibitors as part of the regional gathering, providing an opportunity to highlight products, services, technologies, and innovations within the broadcasting and communication sector. In his opening address, Anthony Green, president of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, CBU, shared valuable insights into the transformative role of artificial intelligence within the regional broadcasting landscape. He identified the CBU's strategic role in offering opportunities to media operatives for journalists to embrace AI technologies to enhance their capabilities.
And the CBU has strengthened its engagement on artificial intelligence. We introduce disclosure requirements and limits for AI-generated material.
Meanwhile, Nightly News spoke with some attendees and exhibitors.
Guyana has pulled out all the stops. It really was amazing to see the mini exhibition with the old technology and the old equipment that we used to use. And when you realize how we have come from those huge cameras to this that you're using and the small microphone, in my lifetime, just seeing the changes in the technology has been amazing.
Tekla Fontenard, the communications specialist from the island of St. Lucia, told Nightly News that climate change is a crucial issue. She explained that in her line of work, journalists are introduced to workshops and guidelines on pertinent issues to enhance their coverage.
So some of the strategies I've used to get public awareness about climate change through press coverage is by incentivizing the press. First of all, by building the capacity of media in the region.
Cleveland Sam, director of marketing at the Nature Conservancy, stated that the organization serves as a sponsor of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, CBU, to recognize journalists for their coverage in safeguarding natural infrastructure and ecosystems. This work supports communities and helps protect them against climate-related threats.
One of the awards is for excellence in reporting on coral reefs, and the other is for excellence in reporting on seagrass beds and mangroves.
Furthermore, the roles of the Guyana National Broadcasting Agency, GNBA, was shared by the organization's administrative manager and board secretary, Duala De Silva.
We are the watchdogs. We regulate content, broadcast content across the airways in Guyana, across radio and television, and we ensure that whatever is broadcast is in keeping with the Broadcasting Act and the broadcasting guidelines.
The exhibitors showcase concluded another key activity of the Caribbean Broadcaster Union's 57th Annual General Assembly in Guyana. The event brought a platform for exhibitors and media professionals to connect, exchange ideas, and showcase development shaping the broadcasting industry as the CBU continues its annual program of collaboration and engagement among broadcasters in the region. I'm Antonio D reporting for the HEB Nightly News at the Artichon Conference Center.
In sports, we're on the pitch with cricket. Guyana Amazon Warriors are at the top of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League points table after powering into a 7-wicket win over St. Lucia Kings, with Dwayne Pretorius and Shamar Joseph doing the early damage. Nasira Mohammed has the highlights.
Bowling first, Guyana Amazon Warriors fast bowlers Dwayne Pretorius and Shamar Joseph shared 5 wickets to hold the St. Lucia Kings to 151 for 7 in their clash at the Darren Sammy Stadium in Grosile. Pretorius mixed up his pace with short balls to remove 3 batters.
Flat batted, man in the deep. Down the ground. Hit mark.
While Joseph consistently clocked past 145 clicks to add to the pace bowling onslaught.
Swan wide, fielder there, traps.
Kings captain Roston Chase later admitted his side finished 25 runs short. Mohammed Nabi, age 41, took 2 sharp catches to break their best partnership. In the chase, Glenn Phillips and Movindra Dindial put on a rapid half-century opening stand.
Cut. Powerfully up. That's not what you want. The margin.
After a mid-innings wobble, Shimron Hetmaya and Quinton Sampson steadied the ship.
That is Quinton Sampson. Just go wide. He latches on.
Hetmaya sealing it with a 6 as the Warriors piled on 36 of the final 9 deliveries.
That's all that you have to do.
And that's the weekend news on PBCJ. Pleasant viewing.